Hi, this is Tutor and this is lesson 616. The lesson today is the difference between myth and legend. Okay, somebody wants a screenshot, do it right now. Let's get right to it. Most myths are traditional stories that had gods, heroes, and magic. The most common examples are Greek, Roman, and Norse mythology. So remember, the Greeks really were first. The Romans conquered the Greeks. They liked their mythology and they adopted it. They changed a lot of the gods' names, but it was, kind of based on the same mythology. Norse is one that's different. Most people today might know some characters, like in the Marvel series, the Avengers. Thor is from Norse mythology, and his father Odin and Loki, they are from Norse mythology. All right, let's continue. Nowadays, most people believe they were made up to try to explain how things came to be, such as storms, wars, falling in love, often with gods intervening. So myths are usually related to this type of stories, these old traditional stories. All right, let's continue. We do have a second meaning of myth here, too. Myth can also mean something that many people believe, but which in fact is not true. That's more of a modern day myths. A modern day myth. Usually, somebody has got a lot of evidence. For whatever reason, maybe it was due to the media or a lot of people just believed it for some reason. And this person says that he has a lot of evidence that he thinks most people are wrong to believe this, then he will call that a myth as well. All right, let's continue. Now, legends are often based on real people or events, or at least originally anyway, and usually try to teach a lesson. However, many legends were passed down by word of mouth, and there is a good chance the story we know today, or the one that's told today, is greatly exaggerated. And perhaps some details may have been changed, or added, or even deleted, so that we don't really know if this legend is really as true as we think it is. But supposedly, a lot of them were based on, people that might have existed at one time. But they're still adventurous, and they're often told, with some lessons in mind. All right, let's continue. All right, and we got, okay, it's legend. Oh yeah, legend can also have a second meaning here of someone who is famous and admired. Okay. And we got 6 examples to show just how this is used. Here's the first one. The character Achilles is from Greek mythology. Remember, the mother dipped him in the water, for the gods to protect him. She dipped him in that special, and she only held him by his heel. So that's why we often talk about somebody's Achilles heel as meaning their weak spot. So this is from Greek mythology. Okay. All right, number 2 here. Many people from ancient Greece and Rome built temples to pray to gods from stories of Greek and Roman myths. Yeah. And there's a lot of gods: god of love, god of war, god of this, god of that. All right. Okay. Number 3 here. The story of Mulan is a Chinese legend. So Mulan is supposed to be based on originally a real person. Mulan, so it's a Chinese myth. Okay. A legend, and it was taught the lesson that every man counts, and sometimes just one person could make all the difference. In modern times, many people might know this from the Disney movie they made of Mulan. Remember, they wanted one son from every family because they thought that, sometimes just one man makes a difference, and in this case, of course, it was the daughter. It was the woman who pretended to be a man so her father wouldn't have to go to the war, because probably he wouldn't have survived it because he was too old. Okay. All right. Number 4, King Arthur and Robin Hood are legends from British history. Yeah, we all know the story of King Arthur and the Round Table, and Robin Hood. Steal from the rich, give to the poor, sort of idea. Okay, good. And number 5 here. Many believe that Many believe that, but he claims it is just a myth. All right, now this is the second meaning of myth up here, where somebody today thinks that what a lot of people believe is not correct, and that's what he goes on to say. It is not really true. And the last one, Michael Jordan was a living legend. So remember, the second meaning of legend could just be somebody who's very famous and admired, And if they are still alive and they are famous and admired while they are still alive, then we sometimes can refer to them as a living legend. Okay, anyway, hope you got it. Hope it was clear. Hope it was very informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.